tilitonta, valitulla jalla.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Good Show, episode number 45 here at The Good Studio. It is Tuesday night, it's 8 p.m., and we're here to talk about what's happened in the last week in esports. Yeah! Mike's already smiling. James is too. James is here with me at the hosting desk, I guess is what we're going to call it, the main desk. I'm just rambling because I was looking at the latest WCS portal, and half of it isn't loading on my screen, so I'm wondering what's going on with that. But whatever, regardless, it's not part of the news. We're here to watch me ramble for about 45 seconds at the start of the show. What's up, James? How you doing?
I'm here to save you, apparently. I'm doing fine. Got some weird topics, got some interesting topics. Got Twitch TV spacking out a little bit, so a little bit late. But we've also got Hellspawn!
This kind of throws us off.
Hello. And Mike. Hello, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, Mike's here every week, man. Don't
Mike's like, don't put me in the same bracket as you. I'm not worthy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to be back, at least talking some esports before the big bang for my sake with summer. So lots to do. But I'm calm. I'm feeling better now than I did maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks ago. There was more work, so overall it feels better.
You're feeling good, like with 10 days left before DreamHack Summer? You're not working yourself into the ground yet?
So yeah, I mean, overall the ticket sales is record breaking for us, so that's always fun. I think the esports part is going to be more fun in the way that we have it all at the same place. So I think it's like going to be easier for me, but also more pleasant for all the audience. And
how many ticket sales have you done?
I don't know the exact number.
But are you getting money?
Me?
Yeah. Well, DreamHack for good ticket sales.
We don't have that kind of bonus system, at least not with the ticket sales.
Shit! What are you trying
I
to
got some money. So it's good.
It's good.
And it's like, I mean, the good weather is not maybe today, but overall, this weekend was really nice. So.
I threw you Alchemist, by the way, but aggressively.
Get some of that Greevil's greed going.
Really weird.
It's alright. I was just excited to have you back, so I thought I'd throw something at you. I didn't know how to act. It's kind of like at school when you fancy a girl, you pull her pigtails.
Smack her ass with a shovel.
What?
What?
Nobody heard.
And we're going to keep moving.
What's going on? I didn't even know I was on camera.
Mike.
It's like sneaky changing.
Let's get into the general news. So tonight, general order of the show is going to be general news, followed by Counter-Strike and Quake Live news. And then we'll get into the StarCraft 2 later with Mike and Hellspawn. But the first to kick us off, I already know because this is going to be good because Hellspawn was clapping his hands like a little schoolgirl before the show even started when he first looked at the document. But Fatality is back, and he's here to conquer esports once again.
Why'd you say that?
Because he is playing against Relic in a show match for $10,000, man. $10,000 is a lot of money.
Have you got the link?
I do have the link. I hope it works. Okay.
We need to fix
I need to fix something first.
So, do you want to go Hellspawn on this?
I think that Fatality does it with together with one of its partners, OCZ, and the cool part is that they promote it in a way that he's back in competitive gaming because they actually play a real game for money. But of course it's going to be more of a show game because it's facing Relic, who is maybe not the most familiar esport guy, but he was playing Killer, I think, with Fatality. I don't think that he did so well in CPL World Tour in like 2005. But I like it. It's like it's a cool poster. They made a video, and like Fatality is back in competitive gaming. And I mean, if that would have been for sure true, that would have been awesome. I think because he's one of those big legends, maybe even the greatest one. And but I think it's just cool that they promote it in this way. And it's gonna be, let's see, it's just a few days, right? It's like in 3 days, I think, at Computer X.
Yeah, you're very nice on this topic.
Well, I mean, he said, in 2005 he wasn't so good, but he's had 8 years to train. So
you think that Relic has practiced in 8 years for this game?
I mean,
Then he has a chance, I think.
All right, so you're very nice on this topic. Basically, the story is, if you're Fatality, even though you're a nice guy at heart, you're kind of like a child in terms of your influence in a household. So, in essence, it's like I would be very embarrassed if I was John Fatality Wendell, and here's my brand, and I'm top of gaming, and I'm being promoted, and then people, look at this, new games are coming out, no one gives a shit, Dota 2's out now, no one in Dota 2 gives a shit, less people give a shit, no one gives a shit, and then OCZ are like, oh man, we've got this great idea, let's take your brand to Taiwan, where people are vaguely familiar with you, and influence them to think that you're cool and good at video games, because you were once, even though you're not relevant anymore in Europe and America. And let's make a show match. Who do you want the show match to be against? Oh, well, it's $10,000. I'll pick my mate, Relic, who's his practice partner. And in the quote, which was absolutely fantastic, it says, it talks about them and their practice, and Relic was taken in as his practice partner. And then it says, then the inevitable finally happened. During an intense training session, Relic beat out Fatality and became the only sparring partner to ever beat Fatality in Painkiller to this very day.
Really?
That's what it says.
But is it true?
Well, I don't care. I don't know. But it's overly done, and it's hyped. So it's kind of pathetic that we're even talking about it, because it's completely irrelevant. John is a nice guy. He's actually very fucking skilled at video games. Like, I watched him play Firefall. He was streaming it some because he talks to the game devs, and I was watching his in terms of his mouse control, and I was like, okay, I can't actually do that. Like, what he was doing in the game was sick, you know, in terms of just some of his control. And but like, for this to kind of be newsworthy is basically saying, I'm off with my company brand to Taiwan because some people in business suits told me, because I don't know my brand anymore. I'm taking my mate because I might as well. We're going to exchange $10,000 to either me or him, and then we're probably going to get hookers. And then we'll come back to America where we're not relevant anymore, play poker, golf, and see you next year.
I agree in the way that Fatality, how relevant he is for esports in the Western scene, he's not. I don't think that so many of the League of Legends players or Dota players know who he actually is.
StarCraft 2.
Or StarCraft or whatever. But I still think that one cool thing is that you need to remember who he was or who he is. I mean, he was maybe the first pro gamer to actually, how to say, in such a precise way practice. He's almost like the Koreans practice in StarCraft. He was actually before that in practice in that way. So I think still like his legacy continues in that regard, and I think it's like cool that they promote him, that he is back in competitive gaming. So I think maybe that's the storyline.
It's a shit storyline.
Yeah,
he's not back in competitive gaming. He's playing showmatch.
Sponsors likes him though.
Yeah,
clearly.
It's, you know, he's a nice guy, as I mentioned. Like, people ask me what John's like, and they always think I'm going to say like something really bad. I'm like, no, he's actually a nice guy. You know, he likes to talk about himself a little bit because that's the treatment he's got over the years. Because it's all like, when you talk to John, it's all about John, business with John,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So he's a bit in a world of his own.
And he's a superb gamer. You can't say anything.
He's
take it
good.
away from him.
Yeah, he's very good, but not to the point where he is actually a 12-time world champion, because he's not a 12-time world champion. I think John also knows he's not a 12-time world champion.
15 times.
Otherwise,
15?
Yeah,
15
15.
times,
15.
yeah.
Normally they say 12. Now they say 15. Really?
Yeah.
Nah, 12.
Oh no, 12. Okay,
Yeah, it
12.
is
There it is.
Don't lie.
Oh, sorry.
I think
Don't
that's
lie.
marketing,
Had
and
to
I
check.
also think John knows he's not really a 12-time world champion, because it's like, you know, winning a Doom tournament at id Software, which was a surprise announcement.
Was that? But didn't Gopher win a Doom 3 Quake Con tournament?
Yeah, but not the first one was like a surprise something, and then he was there, and it doesn't really count. But I think it's just marketing. It's just like it's basically.
It
like,
could say world major titles or something like that.
He's won a lot, but you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would.
But
contest that.
you cannot say that he wasn't the best Quake 3 player at one time.
He was the best at one time.
Unreal Tournament 2003 player, and also Painkiller player. I don't think, and Alien versus Predator. I don't think you can take away any of those 4 titles.
I'm sure he'd be really upset if you took away the Alien vs Predator one.
I don't know, but it was for sure the world champion. I mean, if anyone was competing at the time in that game, they were there most likely.
Yeah, but
he won the car. The Ford.
He did.
He won the car. Yeah, the Ford.
Have you got shares in the Fatality round?
No, but I just remember. I mean, it was big at the time.
Well,
maybe not Alien versus Predator though.
Do you see this as just a show match, or do you see this as some way?
It is a show match for sure. I don't think the Fatality can win the money. It's only if Relic wins, he wins the money. But
is there an English stream?
No clue.
That's a good question.
I don't even. I think Computex is a big fair, but I'm not so familiar with it, so no clue.
Okay.
Probably not.
Well,
that's a shame, isn't it?
Even if there is no English stream, would you watch? Are you gonna watch this?
I mean,
are you gonna tune
one
in?
one of my favorite games ever is for sure Painkiller versus Wu from CPL World Tour at New York Times Square, right? Yeah, MTV was broadcasting it. It was a cool game, and Painkiller was kind of exciting.
All right, we've spent way too long on this topic.
Let's go.
Sure.
Ahead. So the next bit of news that's going to be pretty fun is that MLG have decided to partner with Infinite Crisis. Now, Infinite Crisis are a game developer that are developing a new DC Universe MOBA game called Infinite Crisis. Pardon me, I'm like off tonight because just to explain, so that I have a bit of an ear infection, so I'm hearing myself talk at the same time. It's kind of like throwing my head for a loop. But whatever. Apart from the weak excuses, DC Universe, they're going to kick off at E3, basically, where two teams are going to compete in a show match live there.
It's like Complexity Academy versus
Curse Academy are going to be competing at E3. And that's going to be June 11th through the 13th. Major League Gaming are also going to... What's the... are they going to bring this into Anaheim, though? Is that the question that we're looking for here?
No, they're not. I mean, maybe there will be, like, demo state. I mean, they said that it would get onto the pro circuit. Same as PlanetSide, I guess. So, I mean, they're going to need a lot more stages. Or to cut some games, I guess, in the future. I don't know. They might have demo stations at Anaheim, but they're definitely not going to have it on the circuit. I got a beta thing. I want to try it, man.
I don't know either, but
play Batman.
Almost looking at this, maybe we should talk more about MLG in general and this pro circuit also.
I only have one.
Well, do we want to go ahead and just bring in both of the MLG topics that we have in the general news then?
Because we could just talk about it.
About it
right
whole,
now, then, because I think it's kind of a big topic. With, I mean, their League of Legends is different. They've been consistently saying that Dota 2 is coming sometime. You know, they're gonna have Toby there, and then StarCraft is completely different. So I mean, Trance will probably be pretty sad, but he won't care.
What?
If we just talk about everything like MLG right now.
Yeah, everything MLG related. I always just say on this Infinity Crisis, I think that it's not such a strange move, but I don't know much about the game. I don't know how big it is. I mean, Warner Bros. Games is big for sure, and I haven't heard about this game before, to be honest.
Well, it's being produced or developed by Turbine.
There you go. That's
for Warner Brothers or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know. It's meant to be just like a League of Legends ripoff with DC characters. So you think of the casual appeal of League of Legends. It's even easier when you can just be like, oh, I'm playing Batman or Superman, instead of being like, oh, I'm playing whatever this hero is. So I think...
I like the fact you couldn't name any League of Legends hero there.
Timo?
Boom!
That's a hero? That's the one people have the hats, right? That's the only reason I know.
I can name Soraka. I think that's one.
Yeah.
Soraka.
Oh, should we go ahead? Okay, now it's Semmler's time.
What about Ryuka? Is that...
No.
I only know Soraka.
I think I just make stuff up.
Okay.
What is it? Ramus. There you go, Ramus.
Rice.
I wouldn't even know if these are heroes or not, though.
I
know Rice. It's the lightning
Ramus
dude.
is the other spiky hat.
Cool.
But I think it's the same appeal that Blizzard All-Stars
Champions.
has, slightly bigger, though, because everyone knows Batman, right? But it's like being able to be like, oh, I'm playing Thrall or whatever.
Do I get to play Robin and lane with Batman?
Probably.
You get a buff if you actually do that. You get bonus.
You
You get combos that work only if you're laning with the other guy.
What kind of self-esteem issues are you going to have if you pick Robin over Batman?
Anyhow, I think that a lot of things going on at MLG, and I can only say from my perspective, for over 1 month I wonder where is the information about the pro circuit. It's very strange that it releases so late. Now it's out and they come with the StarCraft 2, and I mean, I think the general thing was nice, it's open, but like, where's the 60 or 40 grand compared to other MLGs.
Well, I mean, you think about how much they're spending on this MLG. They've cut the prize pool down $50,000. There's 32 players not being flown there, given all accommodations paid for. And when 20 of those guys are from Korea, that's a lot. Maybe it's only 16. Is it 16 or 32? Well, I mean, Dallas was 32. I think otherwise usually it was only 16. But there's that. There's only going to be one stream.
Yeah,
so,
tickets sold out in 3 minutes, and actually you have to go on forums to sign up for a waiting list.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people want to go and compete at MLG in Anaheim were really big. I mean, 3 minutes, 128 slots. They normally had 256.
Yeah, like 232 because, I mean, the thing is they didn't just put on, also for this, they didn't just put up 128 for sale. They held a lot back, and then contacted teams and just held them for pro players. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they sold, or if they held back like half of them even. I mean, there's a lot of pro gamers, and they're pretty good about, not just only the biggest names, but like, lesser known, like Clarity players, kind of players that aren't the relative household name, So, I mean, I'm not I thought it would sell it instantly. I was certain it would sell it that
but
fast.
But it's just 1 month away, though, and that's kind of bad, I would say. But I just feel a little bit sad for MLG in the StarCraft regard, because coming out from Dallas, they did for sure the best StarCraft 2 event ever. I think that tournament was so excited, everybody was watching, everybody liked the event. I mean, so many things. They had the casters out in the audience. So many things they did right at Dallas, and then it was like nothing, and then they like pour out this in some, I would say, kind of bad way. But I can see still this event being good. I can do it because Anaheim, I was there in 2011. I met Semmler for the first time. It was a kick-ass event. Last year, I think it also was awesome. Were you there?
I met Semmler there too for the first time. So
Yeah, that's right. I met Scoots there for the first time.
I was so expecting between meeting Semmler and it being a kick-ass event, like, despite that. Sorry.
No,
I just thought that's where I was going to go. I met
fine.
Semmler, but despite that, it was a kick-ass event.
It was a good event too, actually.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
I loved it. So it's really nice. And also, I don't know, how is the League of Legends format? I haven't checked it out. I didn't think they would maybe have one. I didn't.
Yeah, well, that came out just a couple days before StarCraft, so that was super short notice too. And basically, it's the same kind of thing, except this time they're not going to have also an international kind of. I think what they had last time was like 4 international teams playing in some
and they had
small
some
tournament.
Korea, yeah.
International as in not North America LCS teams.
All right.
So they had, I think, 2 European, Korean teams come in. This time they're not having that. This time it's strictly like the qualifier kind of tournament for amateurs and some North American LCS teams. So that's also like a reduction.
Big step down, actually, in the quality of play.
Yeah, I saw a lot of league people commenting like, I'm rather disappointed there's no international teams because I think, it's North America, right? The North American
but it's
team
also
sucks,
hard,
even in that game.
Hard to fit it in with LCS, of course. I guess maybe that was the hard part.
Yeah, I mean, even looking back on Dallas, their numbers for league weren't outstanding.
No, it was not. That's correct.
So, I mean, is it worth it to bring those teams in? I mean, I think it's more for this kind of thing. I feel like it's more for the people attending than for the stream, right?
Yeah.
Like,
agreed. Like, this is, I feel there's an identity crisis going on at these MLG events now.
Well, I think maybe just anything League of Legends, there's kind of...
Yeah, but like, with StarCraft 2, WCS has all the spotlight, so you're kind of putting on something which is barely tier 1 grade StarCraft 2 tournament in terms of prize pool.
No, well, this looks like they basically did the pretty much bare minimum to
that's what I mean.
Tier 1 event, right?
Like, they did the bare minimum for StarCraft 2, they're doing a couple show matches in terms of bringing in, like, this random game. I would just be disappointed because it feels like an identity crisis. Like, they don't really know what to do with these large events, which were their bread and butter, because their bread and butter turned into what was StarCraft 2, and also was it Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Now Call of Duty now.
Yeah,
right?
Call of Duty.
So it feels like
title.
it's a Call of Duty with some sideshows, which brings them back to where they were. It's quite odd for me to watch how it turns out.
Are you surprised by this outcome, though? Because we talked about this a lot with LCS and now the rise of WCS as well, it having this kind of impact on leagues. Now, it seems like every league, apart perhaps from DreamHack, are struggling with the idea of, like, what the fuck do we do now to stand out and become something that people want to tune in to watch.
I mean, if it was announced as exactly the same thing as Dallas and didn't give WCS points, like I'm gonna watch it entirely no matter what. I'm interested no matter what. But I think like they'd spend so much more with that, and they don't give WCS points. It's not part of WCS. Do you think Blizzard wanted this event to be part of WCS? Like, is MLG spending all of their StarCraft budget on WCS, and so they don't want to spend their money now, or can't, or
but are
whatever?
you sure they couldn't have the old format and be Tier 1 or WCS?
I mean, I can't imagine a world where Blizzard was giving WCS points for a strictly invite-only event.
I agree with that, but it's just, do you know, or like...
I do not know 100%. But, well, Adam Apsal posted on Reddit saying to be Tier 1, you needed 25%
All right.
to be open. So they could have had, they could have just run 3 short online qualifiers, not even broadcast them, and then invited 24 players, and then at 8 qualify.
Fair,
and
they
done the same thing.
similarly did last time, though. Weren't it open qualifiers for some spots?
Well, what they did was they invited 64, and you played in a best of 5. And then if you won, you went there. So that was kind of like a quasi thing.
But I think the WCS is cool. It's the second Tier 1, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see how that in the end matters and how important it is. I think it's good for Blizzard to have it as WCS because it's like...
I think it's better for MLG to have it as WCS.
Yeah, but for both of them in the way that it actually counts, like, and it builds the same story.
It would be a little bit awkward, but it's also kind of just like makes it strictly like a kind of show match tournament, right? Just 32 players, $75,000. We're inviting the sickest, and it's just like that's really good to watch, like. Yeah,
but like this current MLG, the prize money is what, $25,000?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, what they're doing is they're saying, "All right, guys, we put the prize money really low, so the Koreans can't be asked to come over. We'll start paying for their flight, and some Americans are finally going to get their hands on some WCS points."
Could be.
I don't think that's... I think that's basically going to be an effect of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think they're probably kind of sad. They're like... It's such a big deviation for MLG, because MLG is always about... It's the opposite of DreamHack. DreamHack often lacking in Koreans. MLG is always like, no matter what, you can't shit on our players. You can't shit on the player pool. And here, it's going to be really, really, really interesting to see what the player pool ends up looking like.
Yeah, I was joking around yesterday on Twitter, saying the betrayers of American StarCraft was Alex Garfield, Victor Nazgul, and Toto Biscuit. Because, their 3 teams had all the Koreans in the American playoffs. Or non-American, so to speak.
Well, not Total Biscuit, Jeff.
I'm pretty upset.
But anyway, it's going to be interesting to see the market value for these American teams in MLG. Because if they send full force, it shows that going to MLG like Anaheim, everybody knows about, everybody knows good exposure. It's not for the prize money or anything like that. It's because it gives good revenue in the way of exposure to sponsors.
Who was the EG player that made it to the WCS? Is it Revival? Is he
in the finals?
He came second.
Came second. I want to see him do a Kingston HyperX commercial.
Yeah,
or,
could be cool.
Why are you laughing?
I haven't seen a lot of those lately.
Are you racist?
No.
Here actually,
I like the Kingston HyperX commercial.
Like in Control's interview with him
at Kingston HyperX Ram.
Ram? No, I love them.
You're Ramist.
Best Ram ever.
Revival was actually funny when he did that video with In Control in Stockholm. It could be fun.
Yeah.
Do you think they're trying to cut back costs for their new hire?
Oh, I don't think that has the impact, but I do feel like that they are spending their StarCraft budget on WCS. It's just, and it's weird because it didn't get much press, I think, but they rented out a 6-bedroom apartment downtown Manhattan, which
cool.
I don't know, but that has to be insanely expensive. So they're spending a lot of money there, and it's kind of weird because they're going to just use it like for 2 weeks every 3 months. I don't know. Maybe Sundays has some parties there or something.
But WCS, I assume, will go more towards LAN.
Yeah. Let's talk about the hire for MLG. They've hired some dude. It's like
Donald
some
Riley.
dude from Amazon. They told him, "Hey man, this WCS prize money? We're paying it. because Adam said it on Reddit and then he edited it, which is pretty stupid from MLG apparently.
Yeah, I think he went on like a social media, I don't know, rampage almost, Adam. I think that maybe that was not the smartest.
Yeah. And so basically, MLG have said we need more money, 50% more than we currently have. No pressure, but go.
I think 50% company growth is a good number on an annual.
It's not as good as 60% company growth for Hellspawn.
But I think 50 is a good number.
What about 62?
Well, could we compromise and maybe start at 55? What do you reckon about 55 as
But
a number?
I would just say that it's not something that is not achievable. I think it's a good goal. I think that it's possible. So it's nothing strange to have that kind of goal.
Do you think
but I think that the article, on which site was it? The interview with Mike Sato. Yeah, the Next Web.
Yeah.
A really
Semmler's
good.
got it
I
out.
would say that maybe this article is one of the best I ever read, because that journalist actually knew a lot about esports, a lot about MLG. He had made his research. He was no fluff. He was no bullshitting. He was like actually
The first
on
fucking
target,
question.
and he went really harsh after him.
The first question. In all frankness, how healthy is MLG? Does it have enough cash on hand? Is it still seeing quarter-over-quarter viewership growth? Like, these are questions I can't
They were
remember
good
in recent
questions.
memory.
The answers were kind of boring
being
though,
asked.
so.
Well, what are you going to expect?
But I
from
think
the
that
answers?
Mike.
Yeah, the
I don't
balls.
think he made bad answers. I
No,
think Mike
it was
did
just
really
kind
good.
of like
PR.
good question, but it's just like I didn't feel like I learned anything really reading that interview. It was just like, oh,
I think it was one of the better interviews that I've seen from like traditional
Wow.
media towards.
it's better than
esport.
that John Godosi guy, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And also I would also give it up for that show that Slasher Physics.
Oh, the Huffington Post.
Yeah, that was a really good one too, because
Yeah.
it was so short and so concise. Those two are one of my favorites all time.
was flaming the shit out of that show too. I can't remember who.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Anyhow, I think it's interesting that they bring in this kind of like big dog to sell when they made a partnership with CBSI.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If it,
And
maybe
I mean,
that's
the
not
interview-
going great. I don't know.
Interview brought it up, and I think that now they try to focus more on selling their own stuff than they did because they were trying to go to CBSI. So I don't really know what's going on.
It was interesting too how they kind of trumped it as global sales instead of Generally,
I
they've been
agree.
very American focused. So
I reacted to a global part too. What they actually mean with that, because I think Sundance 1.5 year ago was hinting maybe they were going to Europe or something like that. Haven't heard anything about that. And then you saw CBSI, you didn't know, and I don't know. Now they go again with global.
Go with
Very
global.
good.
They bring on Amazon.
Some very concise points.
Cat, yeah. Let's get the easy jokes in. So, but I think we can go ahead and wrap up the MLG discussion on that point. We're still kind of left wondering what's in store for us. Global, what's it all mean? And are they actually going to get that 50% number that they're talking about? But for now, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic.
No, I need to add one more part, sorry.
Oh, you do have something to add? Okay.
he's back, baby.
Yeah,
but
Hellspawn in the
One
house, man.
thing that I think that some part MLG has an identity crisis in the way that before they always had a season, it was always connected, you had the storyline. Now it's one event, now it's another
Yeah, they're
event
just
that
events,
no one, like, okay, what games are there 1 month coming into the event? And what's in for next event? It's like, it's really confusing at least to follow MLG at this point. And it's never been like this since 2008 when I started to follow MLG at least, so.
Right. Where are we going next, Sammy?
We're going to go over to some more Blizzard news, actually, that the Battle.net desktop client has been leaked over on MMOchampion.com. We actually have an article that's been released today, I believe, where we have kind of like a Steam-style platform that's being launched by Blizzard to connect all of its players across all of its different games out there through Battle.net. So basically, we have it up here. You can take a look as you have the install and launcher, so blah, blah, blah. But also you have news across the different games, the launcher itself, the settings that you can actually adjust what you want to see in the launcher, all that jazz. And a bunch of different stuff like client avatars, chat functions that I've read about that you'll actually be able to communicate with players, much like it is kind of like in WoW now. If you have like a friend through Battle.net, you can talk to them regardless of the game. That sort of thing. Now this will be open like Steam, kind of. Like when I saw this, I just thought, oh, it's like Steam. I'm going to be able to chat with my friends, see what they're playing, and
That's what I
basically
thought
keep
as
on
well.
top of everything.
It just felt like Steam, but for Blizzard games, and I don't think they would open up their client to other people's games. It would be very much...
No.
This is what I thought Battle.net 2.0 was.
Aha. Sorry, yaha.
When they released 2.0, it was like this big thing. I saw like, okay, ICQ, but I can like launch my games through it. Now they do what you can say Steam.
So
I think it's smart.
like ICQ, isn't that where you pick up Russian girls?
It was the way that you communicated in esports before IRC came.
And German girls.
And German girls.
It's not true. I mean, IRC was before that.
QuakeNet, sorry.
I know ICQ, but IRC was before ICQ.
Not QuakeNet.
We got the tech.
Anyway,
tech guru
I like it.
I
I think it's smart.
Yeah.
I like it. And I can see maybe with a Blizzard All-Star...
And Hearthstone as well.
And
all those
Hearthstone,
free-to-play games,
very good
man.
with this.
I think it'll be...
It's going to tie everything together, basically. Just...
Yeah.
Well, that was leaked. We'll see what more information comes out for it in the near future. But the last bit of news that we have in the general topics, at least, is that the Nip burger, the McNip, is to be served in McDonald's all over Sweden this summer.
What?
Yeah.
And that's for real.
This
What?
is actually for real.
Yes, there's
The
The
McNip.
McNip. The McNip. Check it out, man. Check it
This
out.
is old news, man.
Modern
Jeez. So what is in it?
Well, it says there.
It's modern sesame bread already.
It's
I really wish
Swedish.
someone just had a Photoshop version at the end of it. There's another point going, get right, spunk.
The white cheddar cheese twice, I think.
No, but I think it's
Forest.
cool.
They're going layer by layer, man.
Well, we
Forest's
should explain how
famous...
it got to this
Forest's famous 5-finger shuffle sauce. Fantastic filet.
I mean,
or something.
I think it's really cool that McDonald's in Sweden is moving into esports. I know that
No,
they...
this
This is
they-
not moving into
This isn't
esports.
moving into
I think they are.
Hey, yo,
This is actually-
proper background on this Hellspawn. You haven't followed the scene.
Heaton's
You haven't followed the
beaten
burger scene.
batte.
Okay.
There was a contest ran by
Yes.
McDonald's in Sweden, and they're like, make your fucking burger, and we're gonna vote for, or you can vote for one, and we're gonna pick one that has, the most votes, and this is the one that won.
Do you know how stupid it looks? You're trying to educate Hellspawn on burgers.
I still think it's a marketing initiative.
But they didn't do any initiative.
Are you saying they rigged the poll?
Yes.
They rigged the poll.
Oh shit!
Maybe not the poll, but after the poll it was a selection.
I'm gonna buy the shit out of that burger. That's for sure. That's what I'm
Trans
saying.
loves, like, seriously.
McDonald's, man.
Look at it. It looks fucking
Trans, you have the fucking app on your phone to find the nearest McDonald's to you. This is going to be perfect,
Yeah.
man. You're going to be hitting this
He
shit
actually
non-stop.
has the McDonald's app on his mobile phone, so anytime he's driving and he needs to get to McDonald's.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Nah, but I
McNip-
can
I got
just
one.
say that McDonald's has moved closer in Sweden to
No,
esports.
well, this is what we have to say. Support esports, get the McDonald's, get the McDip.
Well,
burger
if
this summer
get
in
right,
Sweden.
get the percentage in some
McDonald's
regard of
.gg.
that burger, I would say it's good. I unfortunately
Get a
don't
percent?
think it's going to be like that. I don't think. It's just a marketing initiative where...
What do you mean when he gets a percent of the burger? Does that mean like everyone eats 90% and they leave him 10?
No, of the money, of the income. That would be cool.
Trans would do it for a percent of the burger. He'd sit in McDonald's all day, and if people came in and bought the trans
No.
burger,
But in all fairness, I just hope that Ninjas in Pyjamas have a royalty benefit on this.
No.
I doubt they have it, but it's smart of McDonald's, and I think that good marketing.
Yeah, no, it's really just.
I mean, what
I
kind of
don't even
marketing?
know, man.
person
This is just
would
like the
do a
power of people
contest
winning a fucking contest.
where you
It's like I
give
feel like
away
4chan
part of
shit
the
with
money
Mountain
you
Dew.
make. Like,
You know, it's like Hitler did nothing wrong. Power of the
excuse me,
internet.
Semmler?
Shut the fuck up. To put things in contests, same thing. Contests online, they get to choose. You know, this is the same thing. It's like McNip makes it to the top. This is just people passing that around on the internet and saying, vote for this because it's cool and support esports in the process. And there you have it. So McNip, I really doubt they're tied into it in any way, shape, or form. They're probably just going like, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Free ad.
Maybe not.
For Hellspawn, do you have like inside info? Is this why you're
Hellspawn's
trying to
pushing for a hat on right now.
I just say, yes, spilling the beans.
I've just got quotes here, like just
Semmler? Yeah. No, I'm waiting for the picture to come up again in the chat.
2013. You really got to watch what you say on this show.
Yeah.
I know, man. It's fucking dangerous. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on from this now into Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And we're actually going to talk about it.
Global offensive. Is
Global
it actually
offensive?
called global offensive?
Yes,
or
it
global
is.
offense.
It's globally offensive to all.
Ah, okay. I didn't even know that.
They're on a
There you
global offensive. It's like
They're
killing
taking over the
terrorists,
world,
right?
man.
It makes more
Counter-Strike
sense than
coming
global
back.
offense. I like, yeah. No.
A global offense.
Yeah, it's a global offense. I like that name more though, because it's just weird.
Mike Nip is a global offense.
Yeah.
You only just realized that it's fucking global offensive.
Yeah. Shit game. What do you want me to say?
Pictures back.
Yeah, of course the picture's back. I'm surprised it took that long. Alright, whatever. To kick us off in Counter-Strike, we have Inferno Online Stockholm. We'll be hosting a 2v2 tournament at DreamHack Summer. Hellspawn's going to be able to tell us more about this, but already 11,600 euro is on the line for the winners.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And let me see the 2v2 competition over adding prize. What the fuck? To regular CS:GO competition. Okay, so this is actually adding on to the regular CS:GO competition that's going to be happening already at the event.
I mean, it's not an official tournament in that regard. It's Inferno Online holding it. It's something that was really big some couple of years ago back at DreamHack, like a lot of one-on-one, 2-on-2, like shootouts, or like tournaments. I know people like Counter-Strike people in Sweden. They just went to DreamHack to earn money, win products, and win money and go home. Like that was what they were doing. So I think it's really cool that the Inferno Online and their partners are doing this, and I think that it's going to be, I mean, it's crazy good money for a 2-2 tournament, which we haven't seen. I mean, back in like maybe 2007, 2006, something like that, it was a one-on-one big tournament with 100,000 Swedish crowns in the tournament. So the same prize money going on throughout different stores around Sweden, so outlet marks. So it's cool.
I love it when Inferno Online hosts any kind of activities in terms of esport tournaments, because they don't just get the esport pros turn up; they get the locals, the Swedish players, the youths, and it's a pretty amazing experience. And it's a big prize pool, so it's really cool. And 2v2, it'd be fun to watch and play, and I'm sure. So it's a nice win for the community, and Inferno Online have picked out a pretty good niche and got a good prize pool. So good for them. Good for CS:GO. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we will. We'll move on
Me and
now.
Scriff are going to win it.
Yeah, you are, huh? You gonna start your training now? Because I can't even get Script to play.
Maybe I should enter, win some money.
Really?
Yeah.
Do
Are you
used
even
play a
allowed
lot of
to?
CS?
Yeah,
Huh?
You used to play a lot of CS?
Yeah.
Trance used to be pro CS.
I was more pro.
You were more pro than Trance.
Yes.
Shit, man, Trance was streaming
That would
1.6
start
the
a
other night.
gunfight down at his internet
I'm laying down
cafe.
the gauntlet, Hellspawn. Aim at 1v1. I'm laying down the gauntlet.
The amount of gauntlets we throw down that we don't
What do you
follow
want?
through, we just
1.6
disappoint
on
the
go.
community.
We're doing this. What do you want? And I'm gonna stream it.
I mean,
You and me.
there are
When,
few
Trance?
in the world
When?
who was better than Purri in Quake 2 and better than Heaton in Counter-Strike, but
I'm down. I'm throwing the gauntlet. Are you gonna pick it up?
just saying.
Are you gonna pick it up?
No,
Better
you have to
than James
smack
in
him
World
with
of
it. He doesn't have to
Warcraft
pick it up. You just smack him
Yeah,
with
but
it.
like, do you want to play in 1v1 aim map?
Yes, I'm throwing the. There you go, the gauntlet.
Hellspawn?
Come on, anytime you want.
Should we go back like 10 years now?
Hey, I'm just throwing. Why are you dodging it? I'm putting myself out there. I challenge you to one of your aim at. Put your mouth where you're.
I'll play your trance.
Oh shit, Scriff is taking that up.
I can.
Scriff wants to take on
Scriff
Trance.
wants to play that.
I don't think I'm gonna put in the practice to beat Trance.
What?
You don't need to practice to be trans.
Against trans, you don't need practice.
Exactly. See, you don't need.
That's true.
What if I said the winner gets a McDonald's?
McNip.
The winner gets all the nips they want for a month.
And a beer around with Heaton.
Alright, moving on.
He's scared.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Scriff will play you. 1v1 aim.
Yeah, but it was between me and Hellspawn. That was the whole point.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
But you played the game, right?
Yeah,
you
he
played
plays.
Trance.
Trance, you stream it and I'll play you, man.
I have not played it as much.
Anytime.
You want to take that risk? You want to take that
No,
risk?
it's not even a risk. Jesus.
Shit.
Can we actually do, if we're going to do one of these things, because we always come up with fucking shit that we want to do, and it's funny on the show. Yeah, you want to go home after the show and play him.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be today, tomorrow, whenever.
Yeah, but when it's tomorrow, it's never. Mike,
Yeah.
when is this going to happen?
No,
if it's not
never.
today, never,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
Just
like
waiting
Civ
for them to
5
shut up.
drinking
Civ
game.
5,
Civ 5 drinking game.
Void versus Windrunner mid,
Semmler versus Apollo rematch.
Reborn.
That's right. You never talk about that, though. Before, yeah.
Okay, we'll play, no worries, it's fine.
Okay.
Alright, LDLC and Virtus Pro are announced as the last two invites for DreamHack Summer. So that rounds out the competitor list here. Script, thank you. And we have the full list here, I do believe. So if Trance, you want to come over to my monitor, we can run through it real quick. But Ninjas in Pajamas, Curse, ESC Gaming, Fnatic, Copenhagen Wolves, /10 Tech Labs, Virtus Pro, LDLC, ESG, Western Wolves, MyDGB.net are all listed so far. Excuse me.
I think it's going to be good.
You're excused.
I think it's the good Counter-Strike.
It's gonna be fucking good. Yeah, man. I'm gonna spend a lot of time watching this.
It's
gonna be
been
good.
some month now since some good LAN tournament. It was a lot of them in March. I don't know if it's been so many here in May.
Since what? Since Copenhagen, basically.
Yeah, Copenhagen, EMS one, and it was a lot of ESEA.
There was the ESEA in Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels like everybody is prepared for this tournament.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. It was like a solid month off. That was what they were also happy about because they'd been hitting tournaments for like 3-4 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, finally.
And also, I think in some recent tournament, Lemon Dogs took a map from NIP, so they are not undefeated on Swedish soil either. So I don't think that if NIP gonna win this might be their hardest tournament for sure ever.
Well,
They lost against Virtus Pro though, so
I just want to see the brackets because I want a rematch between Nip and VP from Starlight.
in the final, I want to see that for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think, Mike?
Yeah. I think the FAQ on the WCS portal is not that exciting to read, but more exciting than the talk. Sorry, guys. Fuck.
James normally sleeps when it's Counter-Strike, so. Whoops.
The hell was that? Is that
Yeah,
you?
sorry.
Do you want to take that, Frank? Cool.
Speakerphone, please.
No.
In other CSGO news, Nip have won the Face It Cup over Virtus Pro. This was online though, so not a actual LAN event. So Nip still standing strong. And also the last bit that we have here is that Nip have won the EMS Cup 3, the Summer Cup 3. And the fourth and final cup is actually happening today, I do believe. So that's rounding out the EMS Cups actually for the time being. And we'll see when they decide to actually announce their next LAN tournament.
Cool. Counter-Strike Go.
But yeah, that's pretty much what we have in Counter-Strike Go for now at least.
It's not offensive.
It's not offensive, no. It's just chilling.
All right,
chilling
cool.
there, man.
Quake Live.
Quake Live. You get to put
No
your input
more.
in, man.
No Quake at DreamHack Summer.
Yeah. Hellspawn, you gonna make it out of here alive?
No
Don't let
Quake
James
at
drive you home.
DreamHack Summer?
But there's a bug there.
No, there's a but. It's like saying, I couldn't get you a Christmas present this year,
I'll get
Little
it for you
Timmy.
in 6 months.
but I'll get you one next year. No Quake at DreamHack Summer. Hellspawn, could you care to elaborate on your failure of an organization of DreamHack?
I mean, Quake has been around at DreamHack for so long time. It didn't happen this summer, but we're going back with already announcing a DreamHack Winter Tournament. So I think it's going to be cool to have a Quake at DreamHack.
It's like
Oh, could we
Just
focus,
not
could
this
we
one.
focus
Stop
on?
him.
Could we
Boom.
focus on the summer part?
Deflected.
How about?
Could we focus on the summer part? Because you just kind of bypassed that and you just went, oh, we're excited to have Quake at DreamHack when you focus on winter, but I feel the real news here is no Quake at DreamHack summer, don't you?
There
It's
are
more relevant.
there are several reasons. I don't think that releasing something very near to the event would have been so good for the scene. So I think it's better to have it.
So why don't you just
prepared.
release something earlier?
And also, I think the people at DreamHack Summer will know that the floor space is going to be very crowded, so we didn't really have the
Not enough
space
floor
either.
space.
Yeah, it's true actually.
DreamHack summer.
You will understand when you get there.
Lack of floors.
But we're still committed to
How
always
much floor
support Quake.
space does Riot have?
I still watch Quake at Face It. Okay, I'll say it like that. Quake is the best game ever made. No,
Clearly.
Doom is the best game ever made. Quake is the second best game ever made.
Mate, no wonder you don't want to play Counter-Strike Go versus Trance in a 1v1 aim map. Your dodging skills are shit.
Hellspawn doesn't know where to look anymore.
I circled well enough.
What you missed.
No wonder he only
Welcome
comes
back,
once
man.
every month. No.
Just to clear that up, there's also 15 grand that's been announced with the next prize pool. Is that's the official statement that $15,000 is going to be on the line for winter?
I
So-
think 100,000
End of the
Swedish crowns, so that's about it, yeah?
Yeah,
So unless the Swedish crown
more or less.
crashes
Exactly.
before.
The Swedish bank.
Or the opposite.
Aye.
Maybe it's
also-
$30,000.
Excuse me. Also, in Quake Live, 125 FPS June League has been announced with the prize pool, which will be increased by donations. So, 125 FPS taking a leaf out of Valve's book, saying, "Hey, we can crowdsource our prize pool and see if we can increase it as well. So
it's hard to do something for Quake though, so I don't actually blame you. Because when I heard it wasn't going to happen, I spoke to Sturmy and I was like, "Hey, are you guys interested in doing something?" Because if I had any excess money, I would have probably put down a couple of thousand. But I'm broke. Just broke, man. Probably need subscribers.
You need to feed him.
I guess if we had subscribers, we'd help out.
Hint.
We need more floor space.
Biggest LAN event of the year. Best excuse.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Need to build those seats.
First world event problems.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we'll be getting into the StarCraft portion of the show tonight. So don't go anywhere.